Hey Wargamers, welcome back to the channel Death from Above Wargaming. I'm Aaron.
I'm Tom.
And we are back.
Back with a special
edition.
Special review.
Special review. So we snuck this into one of our Lance reviews recently.
We did.
And some people went bananas because they were like, what is it?
Secret. It was a secret.
It's coming out Friday.
What do they call it? An Easter egg? It was an Easter egg.
It's coming out Friday, Tom.
Ooh, this Friday?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can get it on the Catalyst site, potentially at some local retailers as well.
Oh yeah,
but definitely on the Catalyst site to start. But this is the BattleTech Battlefield Support Deck.
Yeah.
All right. And what I love about this, aside from the cover
artwork, I was gonna say the artwork for sure. That is everything you want.
That's the only reason you should buy it, just the cover art. The one thing I love about this is, in classic BattleTech and Total War, right? The next level of play is combined arms. You've got aerospace fighters dropping bombs. You've got artillery raining death from afar. You've got minefields, right? All kinds of cool stuff happening. And if you want to go into the, all the different tactical, strategic, interstellar ops, like all these, sort of addendum books, you can find the rules from that or
piece it together.
You got it right here. And this, I think, lowers the barrier of entry to sort of level up your gameplay, and it just makes it so much easier. Now, all these rules you can find in the BattleTech Battle Mech manual.
Let's get these out.
You want to get them out?
I was going to say, yeah. It's cool that on the cards, it tells you what page it's from, right?
It does.
Doesn't it have all that?
It
has references on the card, which is great.
All right, well, guys, stick around. We're going to dive into this bad boy.
Let's get into it.
We're going to get right into it.
Deep dive.
All right, we're back. The cards have been removed from the box. Now, Tom and I were looking at the back of the box. It says, "Bring the rain."
Bring the rain.
I was wondering if, like the Surrect Fire Lance, this was a misprint. It was supposed to say "Bring the pain," but Tom was like, "It's like raining artillery."
Bring the brain, maybe.
Bring the brain.
Yeah. Bring the rain is pretty great though.
Yeah. Now, one thing I will say, this is if you and your opponent both want this, you both need a deck. This is for one player.
Yeah, and you can't share it.
You can't share. I mean, you could maybe share some things, but some things I noticed, like there's an aerospace bluff card. We'll talk about that. Like, there's only
can't share that.
Can't share your bluff card.
Can't share your bluff card.
So why don't we dive in? So there are the first thing here. What do we got?
Yeah. So these are the rules cards, which is really cool. So they're double-sided. Rules 1 of 2. Which one's like the close-up camera? Who's that guy?
Where's that guy? Cameraman?
Yeah, cameraman.
Well, I can take a close up too.
Yeah.
So we've got 1 of 1, or sorry, 1 of 2, and then 2 of 2, right?
And it has the page number listed that it comes from, and it's all.
Oh, it does. Look at that.
Yeah, when it's from the main book, I think.
Very cool.
But yeah, and so there's I think 6 total of these. I wonder if I have them all facing the correct way. 1 of 2. Look at that.
Got them all out.
Got them all out in the right way. So each one has a different rule set in it. These 2 are actually the same. We got strafing and bombing for aerospace, right? So they're broken out, 2 different cards, front and back.
And then on the back though, we've got defensive aerospace support, and then offensive aerospace.
Whoa! I didn't.
So there are 4 types of aerospace attacks you can make, right? There's strafing runs, bombing runs. And then there's defensive aerospace, and then there's striking attacks that you can make. And what's really cool is the defensive aerospace support is used to counter the offensive aerospace support.
I love it.
Which is why they have this, which is new. And as far as I know, this doesn't have a page number. This is not in the back. This can only be found in this deck, Tom. This is hidden aerospace.
Don't give a close-up on that one, then.
This is hidden aerospace, right? So this is... Like you and I have to agree, it says, before we play this. Yeah. But you basically hide your cards, and there is, somewhere in this deck, I'll show it later, an aerospace bluff card. So it's like, you're like, I'm playing an aerospace, like face down, and maybe you play your defensive aerospace.
Oh, so you're
right? So there's kind of like, and I like that, honestly, because it's too Magic the Gathering, like counterspell your aerospace the other way. Like this is like you really don't know what's coming, and you might have to play multiple. So very cool. I really like that as a little addition.
Yeah. So that's aerospace.
Yeah.
And then after that, you get artillery support. Now these are 1 of 2, and it's the same on So it's full rules front and back.
Exactly, and it talks about basically when you make the attack. If you use a spotter, what happens on a successful attack? What happens on an unsuccessful one? The fun thing about this artillery is it's called off-board artillery, or I think that's what it's considered. So it takes a whole turn to get there. So you basically secretly write down the hex number, or if we were playing on this, you could say like 6, right? Like you'd write it down, and then a turn later it hits there. So it's like you call it in and you got to wait a whole turn.
Did we ever play those rules before?
We have not. Maybe we did.
I feel like I've played something.
I don't think we've done a film. I don't think we filmed.
No, I mean like way back in the day.
Yeah, it's very possible, but it is very fun. So again, all the rules boiled down right here, very easy. So very that's really cool.
Then we get minefield support.
Minefield, right? So these you basically can. You declare a hex like when you in the beginning of the game,
right?
And then
we did play these rules.
We did, and then the minefields can basically when people move into the hex they can blow up.
If I remember, like you write it down on a we had like a little card.
Yeah,
we wrote down.
That's exactly right. Yeah. So and there's rules that you do have to look up, like clearing minefields.
Oh, okay.
Detecting with an active probe.
How could you clear anything with like a laser? Just like.
Well, I actually don't know these rules, but I know certain, and I don't think this would be in the BattleTech manual, but certain vehicles have like minesweepers on them, right? Yeah, like those things.
Pretty cool.
But I think that's a Total War thing. Anyway, so that's minefields. Yeah, and then just the core rules.
Yeah, and this is battlefield support rules. So this is the overall.
Yeah.
What it costs to use these different things.
Yep. How many points does it cost? Right. When you declare, how you declare. Yeah.
So the way the battlefield support works is that you each agree to a certain level. Oh, it's almost like a BV thing, like say 35. Or like,
it's exactly. So it says for like an extraction rate, it's 5. For objective rate, you get 12. You get 20. You get 35.
Like a big thing, 35. So 35 is a pretty huge force.
And then they have a cost up here.
Gotcha.
Right. So
So what are the colors? Are we getting the cards?
Let's get into it. Sure.
Let's just do it.
So red is our offensive aerospace. Green is our defensive aerospace.
There's a bluff card. I'll leave that one.
Gray is our artillery. And gold. I love gold. That's our minefields. It's our minefields, guys. It's such a great movie. Aerospace bluff card.
Yeah. So
that's if you're playing.
So that's where your opponent thinks you have a card, and you just have this, and it only costs 1 point instead of 2 or 3. Right. Well, you just wasted your defense on me.
Exactly. Right. So you basically would declare that you're using that.
Face down. Now, how much mana do you have to tap?
None. None.
I tap my bomber.
Oh my god! I don't even want to go there. So let me read the hidden aerospace rules, right? So under these optional rules, I was a red deck guy. A player places all of the offensive aerospace support cards attack they wish to make in the turn. They do it face down, like we're doing. And then their opponent selects any defensive aerospace cards, and they place them face down. And of course, you can play this bluff card, right? And if you play the bluff card, right, they may have to burn like 3 defensive things because they think,
That's right. And they don't know. That's really cool.
They don't know, guys.
I'm interested to check these out, yeah. I am obviously not a magician.
No.
I don't have that skill set.
Yeah, well.
So offensive aerospace, defensive, artillery, and minefield.
Yeah, so you'll see, actually, let's take a quick look at this.
Oh, right? Like what?
So what's on there? You have a target number. And, that's the number you need to roll to hit. Damage value grouping. So this is 5 points of damage each. And it gets 2 of them. So you would roll to hit. You need to beat a 5. And for every 5, you deal 5 or better, you deal 5 points of damage to 2 different locations, right? And that's basically how the light strike works.
Okay.
Right? So 2 damage groups of 5. You need a 5 to hit, so you roll twice to hit.
And there's no heavy strike, huh?
That is like strafing.
Yeah.
That's like your heavy strike. Yeah.
These are the unique cards that I found.
Right, so you got very, very good. Yeah, so we got strafing, light strike, light bombing, heavy bombing, and then a bluff, right? So really neat. And again, they all have the target number,
scatter,
damage, and then for bombs, right?
That's a really good layout.
It's a great layout.
It's like very clear cut.
Mm-hmm. And you don't have to look anything up. Like, I love that. You put it down, it's kind of like, boom, and you know exactly what you need to hit, how much damage it does, right? And if it scatters, where it goes. Okay. So really, really cool stuff.
Yeah, so that's offensive. So what's next? So defensive.
Right, so the defensive, so the unique ones, we have light air cover, heavy air cover, and I think that's it.
Oh, wow, okay. So just a lot.
And then, what will happen is you have a target number to hit. If you hit the target number, you nullify the other attack. So, for example, and I'm pretty sure this is how this works. If I played, I'm 99% sure that this is right. I'm 99% sure this is 50% right. Okay. So, like, if I play a light strike and a light bombing, let's say I play them face down, and you decide you're going to play 2 light air covers face down.
I can play 2, or what's the limit there? I can play all of them. I think you play them all. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
I mean, I'll go to the rules, but I think it says you play as many as you want.
Wow. You just burn through all your defense. Yeah.
Just drop bomb. Yeah, you go crazy. So you flip these over, right? And then so you look and you say, all right, so light bombing target number is a 4. So if you roll a 4 or better,
you nullify that. Oh, but if you don't, you don't. Okay. You roll a 3.
Yeah. Now, if you played heavy air cover, though, see how it's much harder to defend against the light ones.
Why did I put 2 of them there?
Well, I just pulled them out. Oh. But if you played like a heavy air cover, right, it's much harder to defend against the light attacks versus the heavy. So it's a bit of a difference.
Because again, you just have to roll under a 9.
9 or better.
9 or better.
Yeah,
so
9 or
9,
better.
10, 11, 12.
Correct.
So why would a heavy air cover be harder?
Because they're slow, slower fighters, they can't catch them or whatever, right? Whereas like the light one really struggles to defeat the heavier fighters.
Oh, I see. I didn't look all the way down. Okay, I get it. Yeah, because I was going to say it's more expensive but harder to...
Right.
But yeah, that makes total sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
So pretty cool. So it's a neat dynamic. And again, like you want aerospace fighters in your game, like how easy is this? And the reality is...
you don't even need minis.
Yeah, to me, like the reality is, like you could convert this to Alpha Strike if you really wanted. I believe it's 5 points of classic damage is 1 point of Alpha Strike damage, so you could do that math pretty easily. The target numbers don't need to change. Well, like these are 5, like these are damage groupings of 5, so they could be 3 damage groupings of 1 point, right? Well, I mean, there's no groups in Alpha Strike. You could just roll 3 hits of 1 point each, because there's no locations, right? The same thing with Destiny. Like you could convert it if you really wanted, right? So it all could be played a whole bunch of different ways, right? The artillery gets.
And you wouldn't even have to mess with the points or anything else.
No, because it's sort of its own container. Yeah.
That's
which is really nice.
So what's up next? Artillery?
Love artillery.
Thumper. What do we got here?
Just thumpers and stumpers.
Snipers.
Thumpers and snipers.
And a long tom. Hey.
Oh god, he's been called weirder things.
And then we have 2 variant cards.
Right.
And these are just single sided. Okay.
So you got long tom, sniper, thumper.
Wow, 6. What's the range on that thing?
It does.
Board,
I mean, so when it hits though, it hits in a 3 hex radius. Yeah.
That is amazing.
And it does a substantial amount of damage. So anybody in the in that center grouping takes 5 points of damage, right? The outer grouping takes 3. The most outer stratification takes 1 point of damage, right? Wow. Or I'm sorry, 1 damage grouping of 5 points.
1 damage.
So the dude in the center, if you get a direct hit, takes basically 25 points of damage. 5 damage groupings of 5. Yeah, that's pretty substantial.
I mean, yeah, and for 6 points.
Right. And imagine though if you really lure someone into a trap or whatever, and land like multiple artillery on because you could hit you could drop a bunch of these at the same time in like an area. You could really mess somebody up, like ruin somebody's day. And same thing with the snipers and the thumpers. They have the inner outer, but only 2 levels versus the full 3.
And again, they have range across the entire map, right?
Right.
There's no limitation.
You hit wherever, you shoot wherever you want.
Yeah.
Right.
And then it can. Now, does it always scatter?
No, I think it only scatters on a miss time.
Okay,
If
so
it's
even if you
successful-
miss, it'll always.
Yep.
Okay.
And if they're unsuccessful, determine the margin of failure between the target number, right, and what you rolled.
Right.
And it will scatter 1 hex for each margin of failure point. So
Because we had messed that rule, didn't we?
This is slightly different,
that
but
was,
yes. But no, we were scattering on everything at
yeah.
one point, but we fixed that.
Figured that out. Yeah, okay.
Different story.
That's why I was. Yeah.
So basically,
Not
if you need an 8 to hit and you roll a 6,
Okay.
that's a margin of failure of 2. So it would scatter 2 hexes in whatever direction.
Yeah, you roll a d6.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I like. It's actually really clean.
Oh, I love it. Yeah, that's great.
You know,
I mean,
so
you could end up. Yeah, if you really fail, it can come back on you. And
yeah,
you
it could hit your own dudes.
Yeah, and you don't want to like do artillery in any sort of close combat situation,
Right.
even if you could like, wipe them out.
So really cool stuff here.
That's what would absolutely happen if I did that. If I was in like sort of a close combat and I'm like, I'm gonna nuke this, assault mech, it'd probably just scatter right on top.
Right back on top of you. Yeah. And then we got variant ammo. So you've got illumination and smoke, and you've got copperheads. And they just do different things, right? I mean, they're very similar. So
yeah, what's the big deal? Why are they worth using?
So copperhead munitions function as an Arrow 4 homing missile. And they home in on tag designated targets, and it changes the damage groupings. That's all.
So you need tag?
No, it can home in on tag. I don't think you need tag. So it's good. The rules are on page 97 apparently.
Oh, cool. Yeah, again,
right there.
Good job with the references.
Love the referencing. Yeah. And then illumination, smoke.
Cool. For knife fighting.
Yeah, so these are, and actually it adjusts for ninja fighting. Yeah, it adjusts the cost. So smoke and illumination is half of the cost.
Oh wow! Okay, interesting. But what? And it doesn't do any damage.
Instead of damage, it negates
damage.
light-based TN modifiers. So if it's like nighttime, you basically hit them with phosphorescent gel or whatever, and then anybody can shoot them without penalty.
Okay.
I mean,
so we can just shred that card. No,
yeah, I mean, it's a very specific use case, and then smoke is a little better.
The smoke is cool.
Instead of damage, smoke fills a target hex and adjacent hexes with heavy smoke.
Yeah,
that rise 2 levels above. So I
mean, that's great though. Yeah.
Early game, you could basically screen light units and do all sorts of really neat things with that. Yeah, the illumination stuff is very right.
You don't have a bunch of range. They do smoke them out.
Smoke them out.
Okay, what's
minefields?
Oh, minefields. Yeah. How do we not? So is this the one you have to find the number of mines, and then you mark them, and then you click around them, right?
Oh my God, Minesweeper! Do you remember that game?
Of course, I remember Minesweeper.
What happened to Minesweeper?
They still have a new version of it, I think, and it looks almost identical.
Dude,
but
that game was so complicated.
Oh, it's so good.
It was really good. When you played on the highest levels or whatever, it was insane.
100 by 100.
Yeah, huge.
Okay.
That was like elementary school library class. That's what you.
Do you remember the ski free thing where you got chased by the Yeti too?
No.
That was the.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? It's super bad.
You'd go through the gates.
Yep.
Oh man! Wow. It's a trip down there.
And if you missed the gates, the Yeti would come and you'd have to try to outrun him, or he'd end your game. That's pretty
good stuff. Good stuff.
We're old.
That reminded me of Skate or Die. Remember that Nintendo game?
Absolutely.
None of this is included in this deck, by the way. You do not get Skate or Die with this deck. It would be awesome if you did, but...
Yeah, that's in the salvage box.
You get old Nintendo games. That would be fantastic.
They're probably worth real money.
I mean, most definitely.
So,
minefields.
Yes.
Not Minesweeper. Minefields. Light, medium, heavy. What I love about this, right, they have different target numbers. It gets better as the minefield gets denser, right? They have different amounts of damage groupings. Dude, a heavy density minefield...
That's brutal.
It's gonna
6 groupings of 5?
Yeah.
Per hit?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I'm gonna go to the rules, which conveniently are right here. But I think every time you walk through it, it only triggers 1 damage group. I gotta check this. If the attack succeeds, roll in the front column. Okay.
But how? So
the minefield triggered and inflicts damage against her. Reduce the minefield's total damage groupings by 1.
So it goes from 6 to 5.
Yeah, and I think.
Oh, and so each turn, or every time it triggers, so it goes from 6 to 5 to 4 to 3 to 2.
I think so.
But now in this version, when you declare a minefield...
You use secret. You write it
but
down.
you still say, okay, I have a mine specifically here, 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 not like this whole area. And every time you walk through.
Right. So typically, if you're playing on a paper map, right, you would designate a hex.
Okay.
So if you're playing
a single hex or like
a single hex.
That's small, really.
Yeah, I know. It's really. I mean, you have to put it like critical choke points.
So then,
and
how
stuff.
do you have heavy density if it's in one? Well, okay, whatever.
Listen, Tom. Yeah. I didn't write the rules.
You would think a heavy density would be like 3x3 hex, like
it would be right,
like
right, and maybe the same damage, but just a broader area. Yeah. Well,
okay,
it's
cool though. It's just a heavier duty mine.
That's a heavy volume minefield. This is heavy density, Tom. Okay.
Right. They actually mean that the charge itself,
right?
The shaped charge is a denser. It's like spent uranium, so it'll go through armor more. So they're actually talking about specific.
The mine's just way more.
Yeah, that's all. It's just a bigger mine. There's not more of them. It's just denser.
God.
So stupid.
Yeah. So anyway,
I'm so stupid.
I think these go back one every day. They like decrement, and I think only one of them hits. Again.
Now, how many can again? So that's half a point. And now when say we select 10 support BSPs, right? Is that battlefield support points? You as a player can fully commit to minefields. You can spend all your points on minefields.
I could fully commit to minefields.
Is it also like you can draw one card from each pile or something?
You can do whatever you want.
Really? So I am just a mine-based force.
I'm a mine guy.
Yeah, well, I'm a mine guy. We don't do airplanes.
We don't do airplanes here. We just do mines. You could do it.
And I could just blanket. Now, can I trigger my own mines? If I somehow if I fall into it?
During each move, if I security check, if any mech enters a hex, Tom, with a minefield. When a mech enters a minefield hex, announce, and I assume that means vehicles.
Could you imagine? So I just blanket it with things, and you shoot me, and my pilot fails to check. I fall into the mine, blow up,
off the
which
hill,
rolls me into another minefield.
I don't think that can happen.
Oh,
it'd be awesome if it did. It's like Wile E. Coyote. So when a mech enters a minefield hex, announce the presence of any minefields and roll against the appropriate TN, which is listed right here on the card. Each minefield is resolved separately. If the attack... So I guess you could theoretically put multiple minefields in the same hex. That's how I'm reading that.
Stack them.
If the attack succeeds, roll on the front column of the kick location table for each damage grouping. Oh, jeez.
Oh, and just in the kick table. So the damage is actually going to be kind of...
I understand what happens.
Okay, tell me.
I get it now.
Rules, Master
I'm the idiot. Now I understand.
Well, we all knew that.
So you roll, if this has, so let's look at the heavy. It's got a target number of 7 and 6 damage value groupings. Let's say your Wolverine waddles into my heavy density minefield.
My Wolverine doesn't waddle.
Your Annihilator. Let's say Annihilator waddles in.
He sachets.
He sachets. So I would have to roll 6 times to hit you. Okay?
6 times? Wait.
Because it's got 6 clusters.
Right, so you roll 6 separate hits.
Yeah. And for every one I hit, I decrement the mine. If the mine doesn't hit, it stays active.
So you get 6
I have 6 chances. If I only hit 4 of them, there's still 2 on that minefield. Those mines are active and in that hex.
So if you miss, they're still there.
Okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool. So that's you can.
Cool.
It is cool. So it could be really devastating, but there's a consolation prize that they hang around. You know.
Yeah, and then you forget they're there, and you walk right into them and blow your own mech up.
Yeah,
classic.
It does say you can choose to agree to mark where they were or not. It's up to the players. Like you might have to mentally just remember. I mean, I would be fine with just marking it. You know, you figure
there'd be a giant
crater in the ground. That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, if you're doing damage to a mech, that's going to be a pretty big mine.
Yeah, they can decide not to place counters as it enhances the fog of war aesthetic. So I get how that works.
Yeah,
all you know what's fantastic?
I
didn't know how minefields work. And all I had to do was read this little card.
One little card.
That's it. I figured it out right here.
Not sit there and
live,
sit through
and have to page through go back and forth, and this is fantastic.
I love it. Can I make my 1 point about the mines?
You can make a point about that.
I just want to make 1 point about the mines.
Here it is, folks.
The fact that you roll the location on the kick table.
Yeah. It's
more highly weighted towards a grouping, right?
Oh, that's true. You have a 50% chance of hitting, one leg or the other. So sure. That's devastating.
Yeah. So you're gonna.
Dude, if your locust runs into a minefield, your
legs. Your captain. Captain. What's the guy's name from Forrest Gump?
Don't know.
Captain. Dan. It's Dan. Yeah. You're gonna be Captain Dan, hoisting yourself up on your shrimping boat.
Oh my god.
Love it. Yeah, it's gonna be good. He was kind of like a locust. You like that movie?
I don't remember it. I'm not sure I've ever.
You don't
seen
remember Forrest Gump?
I mean, I remember the Run Jenny part.
That's not the
Or chocolates. He says something about.
That's the worst part of that movie.
Life is like a box of.
Best part's Captain Dan.
Life is like a box of battlefield support cards.
Yeah, there's nothing like I can just imagine your locust mech at the end of the match coming back and he taps on his legs, titanium legs, and your locust goes walking off.
It's like an upgrade
with his new wife. Yeah, you have to see the movie to get that reference. I hope somebody gets my Forrest Gump reference, but I don't know. But this was great. I'm super into these cards.
I love it. But I'm super into these cards.
I am.
I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. Again,
when
very
are we
easy
going
to
to
use.
them? That's the question.
Well,
we were just talking about very similar,
like narrative style campaigns, right? And like,
you just keep spoiling stuff.
New stuff.
But like this is a great solution for that.
Like
again,
just
it's
how
self-contained.
Nice. And,
nice
right.
and
How
easy
to
to
enhance. I really love it.
Maybe we should use it on the next
battle report.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We were talking about having some.
Yeah. I mean, we can absolutely.
Will we still do vehicles, or will we just use the cards?
Well, here's the thing. I mean, we could use. We have both. Vehicles. I mean, there's space for both, right? Yeah. I mean, the aerospace. I mean, obviously, we did just release the aerospace fighters in Destiny. Very cool. But those rules are not easy, right? We've already been. I mean, they're easier in Alpha Strike, but still, there's. I mean, they're moving across the board, strafing attack, strike attack. It is kind of nice to have everything right here, and especially.
Well, and also the way you can counter.
That's cool.
It's,
right.
It's kind of neat.
Yep.
I do appreciate the.
I love the fact that all the rules are right here.
Yeah.
Number one, I love the addition of hidden aerospace support. I love.
We'll dig into that a little.
I love the layout of the cards.
Yeah, I do want to read more about the hidden aerospace because I like the idea of it.
It's so cool.
Although I know I would get upset about it.
You bluffed me again.
This isn't fair.
Oh, it's so good.
So salty about it.
It's so good.
Okay.
It's only so salty you can be, Tom.
And that's the whole deck, huh?
That's the
Great
deck.
Box art. Bring the brains. Bring the rain. Bring the rain.
It's supposed to be Bring the Pain.
Is that why the box is purple? It's homage
bring the purple rain.
Bring the purple rain.
It's a Prince homage.
Yeah, it's another Easter egg for you super fans out there.
I thouut maybe there was something else in there that I missed.
Prince.
But it's
Prince inside of it.
Or it's Chappelle dressed as Prince.
Yeah.
To be better. Do you want pancakes?
I'm gonna be shirts or blouses.
Game point blouses. That's a skit I can get behind.
Yeah, I can.
This Forrest Gump crap. Oh my god. All right, so
Chappelle.
Final assessment. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I heard this was coming out.
Do you have
Friday.
any idea how much it's gonna cost?
I don't know.
Does it have a price on the box?
It does not.
Yeah.
I can only assume it's free.
How much would you spend for this? I feel like one of those knife shows, the old 2
Jack
a.m.
Chop.
knife shows. No, it's like we're gonna mark this $300 collection down to $29.95. I can't believe I'm doing this.
I can't believe I'm doing it.
I can't believe I'm doing it.
And shipping and handling is $59.99.
I'm gonna add in 300 knives. This is a 300 knife collection.
Oh my god!
For $29.95.
I don't know how much this box is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I will admit, Catalyst sent this to me for free. Thank you, Catalyst.
Yeah.
Aaron and Ray over at Catalyst. My namesake, Aaron.
Is it just you?
It's me in disguise. It's not. It's much cooler than me.
The hat. It's just with that.
He is a great guy. Works with Ray. And him and Ray sent this over, so thank you guys, by the way, for that. We're looking forward to playing with it. And I will tell you, I don't know how much it costs, but I would definitely drop $20-$25 on it. I bet you it's cheaper than that, but that's what I'd spend on it.
Yeah.
I love this.
Yeah, I would give you that. I think, doesn't a rulebook cost like $35?
I guess so, I don't know.
Yeah, so it's probably cheaper than that.
I don't know, Tom,
yeah, probably good. I'm curious how much it's going to cost. I think it's going to be worth it, though.
Yeah, I'm excited. And it's supposed to hit their store on Friday.
Yeah, which is the, 10th? 9th?
I don't know. What's the day, Tom? What's today? I have no idea.
4th.
Today's 4th.
Yeah, we're both like, I don't even know. I don't even know. It's
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 8th, right? Yeah, you were right. 8th.
So I knew that. Yeah.
Wow. It's been a day.
October 8th.
It's been a day, guys.
It's been a day. It's been a week, and it's only Monday.
It's only Monday. What's happening? So I'm looking forward to Friday. We're going to try to get this video out maybe a little bit before Friday. Maybe we'll drop it Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I don't know. We're going to drop it as soon as we can.
Yeah, I'm like...
It's Monday.
Wednesday.
You'll see this probably in the future.
Yeah.
Hello, future you.
Tom, run. Run. Get out of there.
Get out of the house. All right.
It's Halloween. Oh, we're going to do a Halloween episode. Okay.
Oh my gosh, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Halloween bat rap. I'm like trying to roll dice in like a giant, like one of those inflatable T-Rex costumes.
I'm SpongeBob with the fan, you know? It's so good. How do you roll in that?
Ah, so good. Just bumping into cameras, knocking everything over.
Everything's on the ground.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
this
is great though.
Yeah, so thanks to Catalyst for sending this over. I'm excited about this. We teased it again, and everyone was going bananas about it. So hopefully you guys got a up close and personal. And what I want to do is I'm going to take some pictures of this and work it into the video. I'm going to take some pictures of these cards. I'm really going to
You're going to zoom in on the cards?
Should I, or is that like a copyright problem?
I'm going to zoom in on the cards.
I'll put a few out at a time and maybe like strategically cover some words, kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe one card just to get the impression what the layout is.
The entire deck.
Listen, we're going to scan high quality...
Of every single card.
What is vector images of these. You can make... Yeah.
Oh, well. Anyway. All right. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. Head on over to the Catalyst store and buy yourself the Battlefield support deck as soon as it's available.
Just do it, dummy.
Just do it, you jerk. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment, tell us how much you love the Battlefield support deck.
Consider becoming a patron.
Consider becoming a patron. It's a great
Listen,
point.
all this high quality content, Forrest Gump jokes,
What
Magic the Gathering jokes.
God, so good.
All of that and more.
I used to play so competitively back in the day.
I know. You do everything so competitively.
It's a
That's
lie.
who you are.
It's true. Okay. Well, that said, also don't forget about Aries Games and Minis.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to Derek in a couple days. I don't know if he's carrying this or not. I don't know if he has it in stock or not. I'm going to find out.
Might be Catalyst exclusive.
Might be a Catalyst exclusive. I'm not sure. But either way, you should check out Aries Games and Minis. Great stuff over there. Great prices. Derek has great service. Big BattleTech fan. Good guy. All around.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's all I've got, Tom. Any closing thoughts?
End the video.
End the video. Guys, thanks so much for watching. And of course, stay tuned. Always great stuff coming from Death from Above Wargaming. Have a good night.